So the basics just aren't cutting anymore. You've trained and drilled your movement, but a limited bag of tricks can only take you so far. In our beginner's guide, we covered the different move speeds, what your dashes do, and the importance of sliding, but today, you'll finally learn how to look extravagant while traversing the map. Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Dapper Rat, but only on the winter solstice, and today, we expand on your movement knowledge. The most important piece of movement you could learn from this video is wall jumping. This simple move can save you stamina time and time again, whilst also extending the distance your momentum can give you while airborne. While next to a wall, pressing jump will cause you to wall jump. Holding your movement key towards the wall will give you a close wall jump, significantly neutering your horizontal pushback. This means with a lot of jumps in the game, a simple wall jump into a mantle will get you to a lot of high grounds without costing you any stamina. You mantle simply by holding the jump button whilst moving towards a ledge you are facing. This sometimes can create issues where you mean to wall jump but instead mantle a ledge, and the easiest way to combat this is to simply face away from the ledge you wish to wall jump, completely getting rid of the mantle option. Say you do want to mantle a ledge though, you'll pretty quickly realize that your speed after mantling is really slow and you gave up all your momentum in order to do it. Hence why you should always opt to use a mantle boost, which is also sometimes called a mantle slide. Anyways, this is incredibly easy to perform since you simply hold the crouch button while mantling and will instantly break into a slide, giving you some forward momentum. Chain this into a jump to convert that momentum into the air, stopping the drag you feel from the ground, and voila, you now know a consistent, easy way to pick up speed without using a dash. Now then, the final move that I have that won't be taking advantage of map geometry or how the game computes velocity is your heavy melee. Due to its near gravity halting effects, the heavy melee can grant you a bit more distance and is often used to barely hit a ledge that you wish to mantle. The incorporation of this allows you to really min-max your total vertical and horizontal distance traversed, whilst also letting you change direction on a dime. Definitely one of the more niche skill sets in movement when it comes to use case, but important nonetheless. Alright, now finally breaking into the more engine exploitative stuff, we have strafing. Now, just to be clear, this is not an exploit, but definitionally, we are abusing how the game engine calculates your velocity and trajectory to steer whilst airborne. This is intended by the devs though, which we can see through Holiday's jump pad and Celeste's passive that gives you more aerial control along with other effects. Anyways, strafing, as I kinda implied, grants you more control on your aerial trajectory and is done by moving either left or right, whilst also slowly turning your camera in the same direction. Unless you're strafing backwards, then the camera and the movement key would be going in opposite directions. Moving on, we finally get to tie things off with zip dashing. When crouching off a zip line, you have about a 1.5 second window to air dash without the velocity fall off penalty. See, whenever you air dash, about 20% of your velocity gets sliced off at the end of the dash, but the reduced air drag you inherit from ziplining negates this, letting you convert that 20% into usable momentum. Now, with each of these tactics added to your bag, it's incredibly important to note that you should try to not get too caught up on doing the same thing every time, as terrain and situations can change on a dime. The movement system of this game is very akin to that of a parkour game like Mirror's Edge or Dying Light. Sure, having rotates and routes for specific moves in a specific combo are very useful and important to learn, but sometimes things get hairy, so understanding what every skill in your bag of tricks can perform will bode more than well for your improvement. Improvise, adapt, overcome. And with that, we've completed a more intermediate course of moves to incorporate into your gameplay. If you've enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. The playlist on the left will teach you more about Deadlock if you wish to improve, while the video on the right is statistically the most interesting video you could watch right now, provided that YouTube's files are up to date. Thank you all for watching. I've been the Dapper Rat, and as always, farewell ladies and gents.